Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone and morning all of you. I hope all of you are doing great. So in this video we'll be talking about all the major news events that have happened in the past day and are important from your examination point of view. So I'll be giving you a few highlights about the day and all the important news associated with it, and that is going to be helpful for all the examinations. So you can share the video as much as you can and don't forget to like the video. Now, starting on the discussion, the first event is G20 Education Ministers Meeting, which was recently hosted by Italy. Now, we all know that G20 current chairship is with Italy, therefore Italy was the host, and India was represented by Minister of State for Education, that is Sanjay Dhotre, and who is the Union Minister, that is Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank ji. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank ji, he is the current Union Minister of Education, whereas the State Minister of Education, that is Sanjay Dhotre, he is the one who had represented India. In this, all the dignitaries had assured to share and cooperate in developing innovative resources and ideas to ensure the continuity in education in any of the vulnerable stages. Also, in the meeting, it was highlighted that India is working to reduce the educational poverty, inequalities, and early school leaving issue. Now, there are various countries which are facing the same things in respect to inequalities in education and workspace, and India is also working on that as per the Minister of State. Then, world's first green rating system. Now, Indian Green Building Council (IGBC) has collaborated with National High Speed Rail Corporation (NHSRCL) to form world's first exclusive green rating system for high speed rail, and for this an MOU has been signed recently. Now, if we talk about this system, first of all, MAHSR or Ahmedabad High Speed Rail Corridor will be inducted for green rating system, and green HSR ratings will be framed by IGBC. The green HSR is going to be created in Mumbai Ahmedabad High Speed Rail, and the ratings will be framed by Indian Green Building Council. And a rating system is going to be a tool that is going to enable new high-speed rail stations to apply energy-efficient concepts during the design as well as construction. Now, the ratings are going to also help railway stations to offer environmentally sustainable features and improve the commuter experience, also fulfill the goals of environment peacekeeping, and more greener covers that will also be enhanced, and this whole rating is going to help in that as well. Now, IGBC headquarters are, if we talk about IGBC, that is headquartered in Hyderabad, Telangana. Hyderabad, Telangana is the headquarters, whereas headquarters of NHSRCL is in New Delhi. Right? Next, UN Annual Report on Children in Armed Conflict was recently released by United Nations. The report title is Annual Report on Secretary General on Children and Armed Conflict. Now, this report was released recently by United Nations, and according to this report, 19,300 children, including boys and girls, have suffered from one or more incidents that gave them grave violations, and this is only of 2020 that we are talking about. According to the report, about 26,000, approximately more than 26,000 grave violations were committed against children, which include attacks on schools, attacks on hospitals, and about 19,300 children were victims of grave violations like killing or maiming or rape, and crimes of abduction increased by 90% in 2020, whereas incidents of rape or any other sexual violence, they have increased by about 70% in 2020. And definitely the war of adults is impacting the children, the boys and girls. Millions of boys and girls are being impacted. 1 in 4 children which are affected by grave violations like rare or other forms of sexual violence were girls. So every fourth child, one was girl in that, and 98% of sexual violence perpetrated against girls. Only 2% we can say were sexual violences against boys. Right? Then a few one-liners. Government of Assam has entered into MOU with the Survey of India, which is the national mapping agency to implement the Swamitwa scheme in Assam. So implementation agency of Swamitwa scheme is um, Survey of India. And what does Samitva stand for? That is a survey of villages and mapping with improvised technology in village areas. And recently, Government of Assam has come into an understanding with Survey of India for its implementation in the state. Now, the aim of the scheme, if we talk about this scheme, was launched in the year 2020 on 24th of April, which is National Panchayati Raj Day, with the aim of digitization of all the land related or property related information, mapping of all of that on digital platform. And this scheme is being implemented by Ministry of Panchayati Raj, whereas the technological implementing agency is Survey of India. Right? The technological partner is Survey of India in this. And how is this going to impact in long run is that it is going to help solve the property related disputes in all the rural areas and enhance the legal cases solving time easily comparatively. Then IIT Madras has launched a Center for Research on Startups and Risk Financing, or CREST. CREST is going to offer academic and thought leadership in areas like innovation, entrepreneurship, risk capital, and the center is going to help in creation of data repository on Indian startups and ventures. So this center is going to be a source of information for researchers and policymakers that can result in top tier publication. Next is Andhra Pradesh, which has topped in generating the highest employment under IBPS scheme. IBPS stands for India Business Process Outsourcing Promotion Schemes, or India BPO promotion schemes. So about 12,234 job opportunities were created by Andhra Pradesh, topping the amount of employment generated under this scheme. And the second rank was attained by Tamil Nadu in this. This scheme was created with the sole purpose of increasing the employment opportunities in the states. And this scheme was launched in 2014 as a part of Digital India. As a part of Digital India in 2014, this scheme was launched. Right? Then Step Up Credit Card was launched by PaisaBazaar.com and SBM Bank India, which is a credit builder. The card is a credit builder which is going to meet the credit needs of the underserved segment. This card has been created and it is provided against the fixed deposit or FD. Paisa Bazaar headquarters, if we talk about, that is in Gurugram, Haryana. Gurugram, Haryana is the headquarters. And if we talk about SBM Bank India, that is headquartered in Mumbai. Right? And who is the MD and CEO of SBM Bank? That is Siddharth Rat. He is the current MD and CEO. Whereas the co-founder and CEO of Paisa Bazaar is Yashish Dhaya. Right? Next we have is the Muthoot Fincorp has acquired about 54% stake in the Pay Matrix, which is Hyderabad-based Fintech startup. And in this, it is important that Muthoot has acquired Jamsetji Tata has stopped in the Philanthropist of the Last Century Global by Edelgive Foundation and Hurun India, who together launched this. This was an inaugural list on the Philanthropist of the Century, and the total donations made by him is estimated to be about 102.4 billion US dollars. This is the amount of donations that have been made by him, and that is the reason why he has topped in this list. Then Jammu and Kashmir delimitation exercise was started, and the completion will mark the end of the political process in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Since 2018, it has this delimitation commission has been formed. Why? Because now it is an independent, or you can say the Union Territory, which comes under the government. So, uh, with the delimitation commission, there is going to be the amount of seats that are going to be there in the assembly from the representation of Jammu and Kashmir, parliamentary seats that are going to be there from Jammu and Kashmir, and that is the reason why this is a very important process, and it complies with the election commission as well, right? Then the grand finale of Toykathon 2021 was jointly inaugurated by the union ministers. Toykathon is an interministerial initiative which was organized by Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, assistance from All India Council for Technical Education, Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Ministry of Textiles, Ministry of MSME, and Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. These are all the ministries that are associated with the Toykathon, and it is a once in a lifetime opportunity for Indian students, teachers, startups, toy experts, professionals to submit their innovative toys and games concepts and compete for a large number of prize. What is the prize? Approximately 50 lakh is the total amount of prize. Indian Navy is taking part in passage exercise with US Navy Carrier Strike Group, and this was on 23rd and 24th of June where it was organized. Indian naval ship Kochi and Take, INS Kochi and INS Take, these are the two which are participating from India's side, right? Then we have a Central European University Open Society Prize for the year 2021, which has been awarded to KK Shelja. KK Shelja is the former health minister of Kerala, and she has received this award recently for her determined management and community-based public health work, saving lives throughout the pandemic. And this is an yearly award which is given to a man or woman or a corporation whose achievements have contributed to the open society. New Zealand had defeated India to win the first ICC World Test Championship, and New Zealand chased down the goal of 139 to win the first ever World Test Championship final with 8 wickets in hand. Shelly Ann Fraser Price. She's a Jamaican sprinter and has become the second fastest woman after she ran 100 meters in 10.63 seconds at Joa Destiny Olympic meet in Kingston. A few books and authors. Habba Khatun was recently launched by Kajal Suri. What is Consciousness was written by Dr. Vipin Gupta. A few appointments. Dr. Tadang Minu from Arunachal Pradesh has become first in the state, second in India to be appointed as a member of Coaches Committee of IVA. She is the only second female from India to be a part of IVA and the first female to be a part of Coaches Committee of IVA. Justice Munishwar Nath Bhandari has been appointed as acting Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court. Rani Rampal has been appointed as a captain for Indian women's hockey team for Tokyo Olympics, whereas Manpreet Singh has been appointed as captain for Indian men's hockey team for Tokyo Olympics. Dr. Pratima Murthy has been appointed as director of NIMHANS National Institute of Medical Science and Neuroscience. Laurel Hubbard is a weightlifter, a transgender, and she's the first transgender who is from New Zealand to compete in the Olympic Games. Before this, she has competed as a woman, but now she's competing in the men's category. With this, we'll be winding up the segment, and I hope this session has been helpful to all of you. We'll see you in the next video with more news events. Till then, goodbye, take care, and have a wonderful day ahead, all of you.